I feel like everybody talks about moving to digital, but this year more than ever I've seen it.
I think the answer is you'll never make money on photography.
Does your photo make me feel something? That's what matters.
I get depressed if I don't take photos. Like, this is a fact.
Yo, what's going on? We are out here. This is the Mermaid Parade. First real big event in Coney Island in the summertime. But today we're doing a Q&A. So I've got some questions from Instagram. If you want to submit a question, just follow me on Instagram. We're gonna answer some questions with some people that we run into, because I'm sure we're gonna run into a lot of photographers. So let's get to it. We're gonna shoot a little bit, then we'll get into the first question. Come on, let's go. We're gonna answer our first question here. This question is, do you shoot even on days where you don't feel like it? If so, why? I feel like, yeah. I feel like in general, if there's a day where I'm just not feeling it, I'll still go out just to the off chance that I'll see something. And in general, just being outside makes me feel better. So I'll just go out, take photos if I see photos, but I usually run into somebody and that lifts my spirits up. I think seeing people and then like taking their energy in helps in a way. Oh shit.
Can you use it?
I can absolutely use it.
I got a years ago, but it's still good, I think.
Your videos got me into film.
I'm sorry. Of course, of course. Oh, for the bubble machine? Anything for the bubble machine. I got everything. That was just, just a dad moment right there. It's nice and quiet because everybody's over there right now. So we're gonna answer some questions. This question is, any plans to come back and shoot in Chicago? Yes, I'll be back in Chicago for a couple days in August, right around the Air and Water show there. So I plan on shooting at least one of those days, and then maybe a day or two like in the Loop downtown and wherever else in Chicago. But yeah, I am coming back in August, and hopefully more often, man. It's been few and far between, but I definitely want to get back. Any plans for international Walkie Talkies? Yes, that's one of my goals is for the Walkie Talkie series is to take that shit not only around the world but around the country. So I wanna take that shit to like Los Angeles, Seattle, Chicago, and then eventually like Tokyo, London, Manila, literally everywhere. Do you sometimes feel like you're making a compromise when it comes to YouTube versus photography? I feel like there's two ways I can answer this, right? One is how I photograph. Am I making compromises in that way? And from that sense, no. I don't really show a lot of like my photography if you think about it. Like once a month I'll post like a weekend of taking photos or a day of taking photos. And I'm out here like 6 days a week, 5 days a week. So that's like a small sliver of my actual street photography life. But when it comes to like time and energy, I feel like there's more of a compromise and trade-off in that sense, because if you think about the Walkie Talkies, I don't take photos during the Walkie Talkies. I tried to for the first couple of them, and that kind of made it harder to make a video. But now when I film Walkie Talkies, I'm like 6 hours just focusing on making the video. And then when I do like the weekend videos, vlogs, the bar for showing photos becomes so low because you want to show a lot of photos and show how you take those photos in those videos. So in that sense, I do make compromises, but I don't feel like that's too much. I feel like it's reasonable, right? I'm not like changing my style of photography to fit the algorithm, if that makes sense. Or I'm not shooting with an X100V to get views and stuff like that. I'm shooting because I want to, and I'm just trying to document how I do that. And the Walkie Talkies are obviously just trying to document and showcase the community here. And eventually, like I said in the last question, around the world, around the country, wherever. So yeah, that's it. Yo, what's good? We got Jacob here.
Hey, how are you? I'm Jacob Feingold.
Check
Jacob Feingold on Instagram.
Check his Instagram right here. Follow him or don't.
I've never regretted taking a photo. There's been ones. Usually sometimes you gotta battle the emotions of like being out on the streets. I think it's like a mental game as much as anything.
Yeah.
And so like, having been in New York for the last year, I would say you just kind of have to push forward and continue to kind of like, those days you don't feel like doing anything, just go out and kind of push through those emotions. So no, I've never regretted taking a photo. I've never had any interactions that made me want to regret taking a photo, fortunately. So
That's good, yeah.
Maybe close, but yeah, I'd say just smile and be nice to people and we'll return the favor.
Good answer. For me, there's one photo that I regret taking. I think this was just after I got Martin Parr's book, The Last Resort. And there's a lot of photos in there of like kids on the beach. It's a beach book. So there's a lot of pictures of kids like getting changed on the beach and they don't have like any clothes on, like especially little kids, yeah. And one day I was out here in Coney and there was a mom changing her kid on the bench, and I took it and I was like, I got home and I was like, I don't like the fact that this photo is on my computer. So like I deleted it. I was like, this doesn't feel good. So that's when I'm like, yeah, I regret taking that photo, but you know, it's never gonna see the light of day. So. I think that's the only one.
Some photos you just keep in the archives. You know, there's nothing weird about it if you're going out with the right intention. I think like the same thing. I've been yelled at by a few moms. Not even kids changing on the beat, like Washington Square, where you're always surveilled. There's always photographers. Yeah. People are always going to have their thing, but that's just part of the nature of the beast. So yeah, we keep moving forward. So, yeah. Thank you both.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Pow! Kapow! Got him. What's good, man? What's the question?
So it says, if you could ask a question to a photography legend that's no longer with us, what would you? Okay. So if there's a photography legend that I would like to talk to, it's probably Gordon Parks. I just love his work. I just love how cinematic it is. And on top of that, in terms of like his work in terms of the Black community, he's like literally one of the first ever Black photographers for Life magazine, and I just want to know what that experience was like. You know what I mean? Especially you're treading ground on some of like the biggest projects of the last century, honestly. So it's just beautiful to. I think that would be beautiful to talk to him, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe Joe Friedman. I feel like she had some oomph about her that like, I don't know. I feel like I would ask her questions about like her firefighter photos. How did she get into those intimate, like, what was the thought process? What was the scenario?
So the question is, how do you shoot with glasses? I've shot with a whole bunch of different glasses, like shades, regular, just glasses. And then the one trick that I try to do, especially on days like this where it's pretty sunny out, well, at least I have a hat on right now. I have a hat on right now, so, you know, I'm trying to deflect the sun and really hone into the photo that I'm trying to make. But I usually put it over the brim.
Yeah, just pop them up real quick.
Yeah, and then
I scratched the shit out of my lenses. I'm not gonna lie, these lenses are pretty scratched. This is a 0.72 viewfinder, so I can see most of the frame. And if there's a scene that I actually need to frame the actual edges, I can like stop and take a quick look at each frame or each line and see what's there. So, you know, I feel like the way that I photograph is so fast that I don't really need to see the whole frame anyways. It's nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but I think seeing clear is more beneficial than seeing the whole frame for me for now. I am considering getting external, but we'll see. I critical focus too much, so. Do you think the film bubble has popped? Honestly, yeah, I think so. I feel like everybody talks about moving to digital, but this year more than ever, I've seen it. Now I feel like people I hang out with on the day-to-day, it's like 50% film Leicas, 50% digital cameras. But yeah, I feel like a lot more people are moving. From what I've seen anecdotally, I can only speak for what I've seen in the streets, people are moving away from film. And that's probably because it's so fucking expensive. So unfortunately, I do think it has popped. And who knows how long I'll be shooting film. I'm not like tied to film. I'll keep shooting. It's just, you know, right now film is my preferred choice, but you know, I'll move to digital if it gets too expensive for me. So if it's too expensive for you, shoot digital. There's nothing wrong with it. If people think there's something wrong with you shooting film, maybe you need to find better friends. I don't know. Guys, this is Alex Brown. He's on a Walkie Talkie. You guys know him. He's gonna answer some questions.
I'll do the technical questions. We'll go. How do we meet our difficult lighting situations? This is a great question. Usually, when I'm thinking about different lighting situations, usually I'll use maybe like my actual lexiconic or a meter, and we're thinking about what the highlights are versus what the shadows are. And then we can start to build out like what that range is between those. And from that, you can kind of make an artistic decision or a decision based on the feeling of the scene in front of you in terms of how you're adjusting your exposure for what the scene is. Yeah, but usually I'm thinking like if I'm shooting digital or film, like what is that full spectrum of how is that scene going to look on whatever I'm using? And that's what I'm deciding to expose for.
What I like to do, I think I saw this on a Joel Meyerowitz post. You'll take the Sekonic, and there's like a little white. So if you're familiar with Sekonic, there's like a white ball that kind of takes the reading for you. So this little white thing, what he'll do is, if it's like a direct light, he'll split this between shadow and light, and then let that tell him what like the medium is, and then kind of like I was saying, kind of like if you're shooting film or digital, lean left or right depending on what it tells you.
How do you get out of a creative block? Sometimes I feel like if I'm in a creative block or I'm bogged down by something, there's usually some external distraction that's like bringing me away from being present. Oh, there's the rain though. It could be the rain.
It just rained, and I found Chris, Dima, and Camilo. We're gonna answer more questions. And Alex is still here. This is the question. There's a lot of questions about career and like how to make money and how to make this your career, and Chris is gonna answer that question.
I think the answer is you'll never make money on photography, particularly street photography. You're gonna only spend money to do it, and you should do it just for the sake of doing it, not for the sake of money. Doing it as a reward, maybe if you're lucky, you'll sell a print and buy a sandwich. It's all about getting the sandwiches.
Sandwich currency.
Sandwich currency, yeah. And I think if you go into it trying to make money, you're not gonna make very good work.
I agree. Look, everybody out here has different jobs and makes money a different way, right? Everybody's puzzle is different. So you got to figure out for yourself what your puzzle looks like and put it together yourself. Chris can't do that for you. Alex can't do that. I can't do that for you. How I make money is different than how you can make money. So you got to figure out yourself. So I'm sorry. It sounds like a cop-out answer, but like I don't know what you like to do. I don't know what you take photos of, and everybody makes money differently. So
find a chill job that you don't feel burned out at after 5. Also, devil's advocate, doing commercial jobs is going to feel just as much like a regular job as whatever. Doing photo as a job is not necessarily a fun ideal.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, because you still have a boss.
Yeah, you want to shoot parties, you want to shoot a celebrity, or I don't know. It's like,
you still have to take photos for other people, not necessarily for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. You have any thoughts on that?
That's right. Can I just like? There's no real. Maybe it has to do with like film and digital, but and also I think that has to do with like people are so focused on like what gear you have or what camera you got.
They're not asking the right questions.
You're not asking the right questions. I think. I mean, all those things are really personal, stylistic choices. Of course, like lens matters, and you know. At the end of the day, they're just personal stylistic choices. What really matters is how your photo makes me feel. You can use a potato, I don't care. Point and shoot, film, digital, don't care. Does your photo make me feel something? That's what matters. Bottom line, digital, film, personal choices. That's about it.
Yeah, 100%. How do you overcome the fear of photographing strangers up close? Pretty simple.
I think the fear of being super mediocre at something I love. Mediocrity is more scary than a stranger.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's also like what fear, like what is the fear? Is the fear the other person's reaction to you? Is that the fear? Or is the fear like your experience of entering that situation? Like I think you also need to kind of start to label like where is that coming from?
It's a very therapy answer. I like it. I dig it. Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes in terms of like if you want to really get the shot, you just have to start taking it. Now you can work on like body language and all sorts of things that you come up with or you learn from other people. But I think like if you want to get that photo, you have to just take it and
be nice, smile.
It's really you're just gonna have to suck it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, be nice, smiling. That's all.
Yeah, well, I thought you get up close, take the photo, smile, and then just keep it pushing.
Also, maybe sometimes like candid isn't always the answer. If it's someone against a wall by themselves and it feels awkward to just go up against and take a candid photo of them, it probably is. Maybe you say like, hey, I like your hat, can you put your phone down, and then tell them not to smile.
There's only so much of those character candid shots that you can do when you start realizing, well, actually, maybe I should stop this person and take a portrait.
And back to what you said, like, does it make you feel something? Like, if you talk to someone and ask for their photo and it still makes you feel something.
I did it a lot of times, and everyone like was so nice to me when I did it. No punishments.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to ask for a portrait. Like sometimes you have to recognize whether it's a moment that's worth it, like candidly, or it's really just a portrait. Most of the time,
it's a tool you can have in your.
Most of the
time, especially if you're going like a place like Coney, there is everyone so chill. You can try like here, and then you can move on the streets.
Yeah.
Next question. Or you guys want to answer another one?
What are we having for lunch?
What we having? It's 4:30. It's more like dinner time.
What are we having for dinner?
What is one thing you could do that would instantly make you a better street photographer?
Street photography requires you to be out all the time, and I don't know if you instantly become an amazing photographer. I mean, maybe some people do. I think it's something you work on. It's really.
I think it takes a lifetime.
It takes a lifetime, yeah.
There's no instant flex or fix or anything. I don't know.
For me, it's like more to do experiments, not to stay on the same, shoot like the same that you're doing. Just try something different. If you will do like something different, and will, I don't know, enjoy what you're doing, eventually you will become a great photographer. So.
You just got to work on it. Create your luck. Create those moments, or look for those moments. I say luck because it involves a little bit of luck, and you create that by stepping out with your camera all the time and being ready. But like becoming an instant, like a better photographer than instant, like I don't know if that's that's achievable right away.
It's like saying how do you become like a instantly better basketball player? Like it's not like it's like same shit, you know.
I mean, you could probably have a knack for it right away. Like you could have maybe slight like an incline to like composition. You still got to work on it. You know, like it's a subjective art form, like every art form, and just keep working.
Go to shoot and shoot every day.
So simply something to improve your street photography to make it better. Double the time that you're shooting right now.
There you go. What you just said is great. Just double your time and see what happens.
Yeah, prioritize it, put more time towards it. Like Camila said earlier, it's to get good street photos, you gotta be out. So if you shoot an hour, shoot 2 hours. Shoot 3 hours, shoot 6. It's gonna take time, so extend your time, prioritize it, quit your job or something, I don't know, find time.
It's like me and Chris Voss are actually gonna sleep at the beach and like wake up tomorrow and start really early. That's how we push ourselves. So, and love you. Bye.
We're gonna cuddle.
And shout out to Gelatin Labs for processing and scanning all of the photos taken during this day. If you're looking for a film lab, look no further than the homies at Gelatin Labs. They'll take care of you. Send them your film, you'll be in good hands. Here's an example of a scan sent directly to me from Gelatin Labs, as it is. Here it is zoomed in, and here's the edit. Hit the link in the description. Thanks again, everybody at Gelatin Labs. Let's get back to some questions, shall we? The question is, what motivates you to shoot?
I don't know, because I just like taking photos. I like going outside, taking random moments that happen in life, and sometimes like meet new people. Like, you know, I like taking photos without permission, like just the moment. But sometimes I like take portraits of people and stuff like that and talk to them, because I feel like if you go out and talk to random people, you're taking photos, like you're not learning anything in photography. Like it's good, like talk to the people around.
I don't know. It's like I just love doing it. I just want to be doing this all the time, right? So it's like on days where I'm not feeling. We asked this question earlier. On days I'm not feeling it. Would I rather be at home playing Halo, or would I rather be shooting?
Yeah, to be
90% of the time, I'd rather be shooting.
I get depressed if I don't take photos. Like, this is a fact.
Yeah, it's a very cathartic, therapeutic feeling for me when I'm out just walking around looking for pictures. It's just happiness, usually. Thanks, Isael. Go follow Isael on Instagram. You already know him from the Walkie Talkie.
Yeah.
We're into Rob, and Rob at first didn't want to answer a question, but we roped him in. He's gonna answer a question.
Dude, I'm gonna walk away.
We said this before. If you see Rob in person, give him a head nod. Keep pushing. If he's eating a bagel, just leave him alone.
Oh, I think something else that should be included is if I haven't seen you in 3 months, or since it's been the last time it's been warm, just assume I forgot who you are.
How has being surrounded by great photographers helped your work?
It's made it easier to see what a bunch of shitty photos look like. That's it. That's it.
Do you consciously think about your pictures, what your pictures are gonna say, or the story they're gonna tell?
Yeah, all the time. Like a photograph should say something. Like it shouldn't just be like, oh my god, it's a balloon. Like, yeah, like, that's literally that's all I think about when I'm walking around.
Interesting.
Yeah, that and pizza.
Yeah. I honestly don't think about that at all. I don't think about the story, my body of work. It's just a feeling like, oh, that's a good photo. That's a good photo. That's a good photo. I don't like think about like the story it's shaping or like the narrative that I'm creating. Maybe I should, but I kind of like what I'm doing right now anyway, so.
If your style doesn't have a narrative, putting a mini narrative in there can make it weird. Or it can add something, I don't know. Yeah. Depends on how you present it.
Yeah, everybody's different. Like I've been saying, everybody's different, everybody's puzzle's different. If you want to shoot a narrative, then shoot a narrative. If you don't. It's up to you, honestly. So, thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
Don't tag me.
Yo, so we're gonna answer another question. This question is, what is your all-time goal for photography? Honestly, I think my all-time goal is just to keep shooting. Like if I'm, 65, 70, and I still have the energy, and I'm still shooting, I feel like that's all I kind of want to be doing. I don't really have a goal. Like making a book sounds like, yes, making a book is something I want to do, but I wouldn't say that's the all-time goal. Being in a gallery is something I want to do, but it's not the all-time goal. I think the all-time goal is just to be working and still enjoy the craft of being a photographer, Nothing crazy, just be working. That's it. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the answers to some of the cues. We're gonna get up on out of here. It's getting a little quiet. The water's a little cold. And we'll catch you in the next Q&A, or the next video, or the next Walkie Talkie, or the next POV vlog that I do. But if anything, do all that YouTube shit, subscribe to the channel, comment something below, and like this video if you like this video. If not, then just move on. Don't be mean. All right, we out. Bye.
Now when they see us in the streets, all they wanna do is take pics, and I'm